I started about 3 years ago at the city, and I kept hearing about this thing called Vickers House, and I was like, what in the heck is Vickers House? I thought it was a nonprofit entity out in the community that I wasn't aware of, and lo and behold, eventually it turned out it came under Housing and Community Development, my department, so I quickly learned what Vickers House was all about. And
good idea.
yes. And one of the things that really stands out to me is, to me, it's the heart and soul of housing and community development. These are individuals that are out in the community, really connecting with the residents on so many levels, doing that difficult work that's part of our community services division. And so it's really a pleasure, particularly our two new commissioners here today, to be able to kind of give you an overview, because I think there's a lot of misconceptions about what Vickers House is. There's still a lot of people in the community, and maybe it's a good thing, that believe that it's a nonprofit, but it is part of the city. It is a department, or under our department, and part of the city, and they provide a tremendous amount of services, and we have a great individual who leads that division, and that is Lisa Kemp, who's going to come up and tell you a little bit about Vickers House and hopefully introduce it to the new folks that are here and introduce it to a lot of the folks that may be watching and watch later. Thank you.
Welcome, Lisa.
Hi, everyone. Again, as Armando stated, my name is Lisa Kemp, and I'm the Community Resources Manager for the Vickers House. So what exactly is the Vickers House? First and foremost, we're not a shelter. I know the name can be misleading. What we are is a community resource center underneath the city, and that provides an array of services to the community at large. We consider ourselves a one-stop assistance center. Basically, anyone that contacts us that has a need, we try our best to accommodate that need, especially if they're going through a crisis. Instead of me standing here and rattling off a list of our services, which I will do a little bit later, I want to show you a video. With 17,000 people that grace our doors and a plethora of phone calls, I thought a video would be speak louder than my words. Hi, my name is Lisa Kemp, and I'm the Community Resources Manager here at the Vickers House. I'm going to take you on a tour at both of our locations and tell you more about what we do here. Vickers House North is located at 811 Palm Beach Lakes Boulevard, and our South Side Center is here, 3801 Georgia Avenue. Both are designed to offer one-stop assistance to people who need help with any number of things, from housing to childcare, job training, transportation, education, and much more. Two very popular classes that are held at our centers help many of our clients prepare for their future. This class, held at Vickers House North, allows people who never graduated high school an opportunity to get their GEDs. Once they complete the course and pass the GED test, they can get help with applying to colleges and job hunting. At Vickers House South, residents with limited English language skills can take a class called English for Speakers of Other Languages, also called ESOL. Both Vickers Houses have a resource room like this one, where you can find printed information on a long list of subjects. You can also meet with a counselor who can offer guidance. At both locations, you can use our computer room. If you need help with the computer, that's available too. We also screen residents over the age of 62 through a program called Serving Our Seniors, also called SOS. Under this program, we offer a one-time financial assistance to seniors that are going through a hardship. And in keeping with Mayor Morio's Village Initiative, we're doing all we can to end homelessness. We're assisting people who are currently homeless or are at risk of homelessness through our Housing Stabilization Program. This program, administered by the city's Housing and Community Development Department, provides one-time financial assistance and counseling to help people get into decent, affordable rental housing. We also help chronically homeless people get home to their families in other cities by purchasing bus tickets for them through the Homeward Bound program. And we do weekly outreaches to the homeless at the waterfront and at St. Anne's Place. These are just some of the highlights. Every day we do everything that we can to help as many people as we can. Thank you for your support.
So, did you just do that video? Is that recent?
Yes, we just did it.
Okay, so let's make sure it gets on Channel 18 and we loop it.
It's coming.
Okay.
We actually just did another video that's looping now.
Excellent.
Again, these are just some of the highlights. We also offer assistance with applying for benefits such as food stamps, Medicaid, TANF, Social Security. We also have a partnership with the Palm Beach County Food Bank that does the food stamp applications for us. We help the homeless or even just anyone that's in need of a free cell phone. We also help them apply for subsidized housing. We have the Florida Licensing Mobile Unit that comes to us. So basically anything that the brick and mortar DMV does, we do at our office as well. It also helps the homeless to get an ID. We do health assessments along with HIV and diabetes testing. We do free computer and fax services. And as the video stated, we also do employment resume development. We have the Job Corps that comes to our office once a month, actually twice a month at Vickers House South. We also act as a host site for AARP. And we also have Prosperity Center that helps with home ownership, financial coaching that is co-located on our south side. I'm just going to right now give you some statistics, because that was a list of our services. Right now, as of October 2017, Homeward Bound has sent 40 people home. SOS, which is serving our seniors, has helped 7 elderly. Again, that budget is about $5,000, so we roughly help about 13 to 15 per year. HSP, which is our housing stabilization program, since October of 2017, has sent 13 that have housed 13 homeless. Our GED,
So,
go ahead.
excuse me, Lisa, that housing stabilization program, is that where we give them first month's rent?
Yes, first, last, and security.
And that can be up to $3,000?
Yes, ma'am.
To qualify?
Yeah, we've helped 13 thus far.
How many people?
13.
Awesome.
We've been doing this since 2015, and we've helped approximately 45.
So they might have been homeless if we didn't
Yes,
do
ma'am.
that.
Yes, ma'am. As far as our GED program, we've had 2 graduates since October 2017. And again, that program is about 10 participants, but we're trying to expand that. And our ESOL, we've had 2 graduates that now, and 1 has received their citizenship since October 2017. And that's basically Vickers House in a nutshell.
Yeah, in a very small nutshell, considering all that you do, it's amazing.
Thank you so much.
Questions for Lisa or Armando?
Let me add one important piece, and that is that we're looking at budgeting for next year the development of a new Vickers House site for the north location. The current location, as mentioned, has a capacity issue in terms of the size of it, and so we have a location identified. Actually, the City Commission recently approved acquisition of properties, and we now have the properties assembled to be able to then expand the services and expand what we're doing at Vickers House North. So hopefully by late this year, we'll begin the groundbreaking and be finished by 2019 with a new Vickers House location.
I also want to say that Lisa knows everything that's going on. If I get an email from somebody and I send it over to Lisa, she'll, oh, I know this person, such and such is happening. This is, so it's really, really amazing. Thanks.
Thank
Questions for Lisa? Commissioner Lambert, did you have your hand up?
Clients at a time or residents at a time are you working with throughout all those programs?
Throughout all those programs, wow. Oh my gosh.
On average, I'm just curious.
Well, I can tell you, like, we have around like 17,000 people per year that grace our doors. So each program is definitely different because they come in for different services.
And what are the different ways that they're getting referred into the programs?
Oh gosh, 211, the mayor, HCD, throughout the community. HCD.
And people walk in.
Oh, and of course walk-ins, absolutely. And a plethora of phone calls.
Commissioner Neering?
Thank you, Mayor. Thanks for your presentation.
Thank you.
So before I joined the commission, I too was like many in the community and not necessarily aware of all that the Vickers House does. Can you just talk briefly about the community presentations? Are we, with faith organizations, are we out in the community making this type of presentation?
We are. We've joined the HHA, which is a housing, the Homeless Housing Alliance. We also, we have teamed up with Kevin as well, with the Mayor's Initiative as well.
So there definitely the push is always to get the information out.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. We also put our information on the intranet, but you guys call the Lotus Notes here for the city itself to know what we're doing.
And it's a good referral source for you all. If somebody comes to you and needs help with something, please refer them to the Vickers House. That's why it's there.
Exactly.
If I may, is that we have a lot of partnerships with not-for-profits.
We do.
Which is a huge part of it, so you want to maybe talk about it?
Yes, we do have partnerships with Career Source, DCF, the county, the police department. We couldn't do what we do without the partnerships in the community.
Legal aid.
Oh, of course. Every year we put out a public service grant that we put about $100,000 on the streets, and many of the nonprofits are able to bid on that, those contracts. Well, I don't want to call it a contract, but on those services. And I think for this year, we've had the Lord's Place, Vita Nova, and the Rec Center that we've funded.
So Armando and I went the other day and did a tour of Vita Nova, and they just received an award from Equality Florida, but they are doing some really cool things with young people.
Homeless youth.
I was really impressed with what they were doing.
Yeah, they're a great agency.
Okay, Commissioner Ryan?
Thank you. Thank you, Lisa.
Thank you.
You mentioned something that I hadn't heard before with the where you get your driver's license. What's that about?
Basically, it's the mobile DMV. They come to our office once a month, and they...
It's the state alternative card.
It's an ID card. Basically, if they're homeless, we can give them a homeless letter, and they'll give them a free ID.
So if it wasn't for you guys, they'd have to go through the DMV here.
That is correct.
That's great. Thank you.
That is correct. And I also want to mention, we also have VITA services that are going on right now. Last year, we were able to help about 1,500 participants in that program, and we helped, I think, as far as refunds, up to $2 million. And that's going on right now. Well, it's going to end this week, so.
All right, thanks, Lisa. Thank you for your presentation. Thank you, Armando.